Namaste friends, and I hope you're doing well. We're continuing the conjunction series. Before I continue, it has come to my attention that people assume that conjunction means a graha is together in a particular house, in a particular sign, which is half truth. The truth is, conjunction means it must have certain criteria to meet. The most important criteria is the distance between one and other graha. Okay, it only qualifies if it meets certain distance. Okay, and all that is covered in the Brihad Bharshara Shastra. You have a good collection of it over there. Of course, they talk in more details. But let's get back to this. So Sun and Saturn in the second house. Okay. Now the Sun represents the illumination of your power. Okay, whatever power that you brought forth, it is stored there. Okay. So if you want to know what are the intrinsic power that you have, or shaktis, right? And then that's where you can check. Okay. The graha itself has types of shaktis, Icha, Kriya, Jnana, and these are the types of shaktis which can get pretty deep. Alright, so I'm not going to talk about that, but just want to know you understand that the Sun has specific intrinsic energies that is used by astrologers to see what sort of powers, right, or quote unquote powers that a person has. So that's the Sun, and it also illuminates whichever graha resides. Next is the Saturn, right? The infamous Saturn is the dreadful, the fearful, so many names that is labeled. But Saturn has, Saturn has a bad reputation due to superficial understanding. Over the years, people has used or rather exploited Saturn's fear to make money, right? So it's a shame on why people don't understand, or rather people come to a conclusion that Saturn is pretty much a graha that ruins a person's life. It's not true actually. Now Saturn's karaka, the Saturn's pure nature, right, is to show our purpose in life, our duty in life. What we are supposed to do in this life is seen where Saturn resides. Okay, it is something that you should serve without expectations. All right, something that you should do with the cleanest reason, with the purest reason, right? You do something. Let's say if you feed a poor man by the road, okay, you give him some food, okay. What should you be thinking? Right? Should you be thinking, okay, I'm getting my good karmas increase, right? And I'm also being seen by people. I'll be getting a thank you, I'll be seen as a savior and all that things, or none of it. You just do it because it is dharma, it is virtue, it is righteousness, it is good conduct. Alright, you are doing it because you are doing it. That's about it. Not even a thank you should be expected. See, that's what the core feelings of Saturn. It teaches you the true, the harsh reality. I mean, this is a fact. The truth is always bitter, right? And again, Saturn is the ruler. One of the karakas for Saturn is pungent. The taste is pungent. So all this has meanings, right? So again, it gives you the truth about life. So once you can accept that, all right, then life becomes, your perspective about life becomes more elevation. Is seen when you have that. You have a more bird's eye view on life, and thus you'll find more peace and serenity within. Okay, now man, let's not go deep in that, just to give you a rough understanding on what Saturn is and what Sun is. Now what happens if these two grahas come and meet in the second house? The second house is called the Dhanabhava, the house of wealth. Wealth, of course, is in abundance, not only money, it's wealth in your family is your wealth, charitable deeds are wealth, the things that you have as skills is your wealth. Is how you define yourself, how you identify your personality, right? Your personal values, what you feel that has brought some asset in your life is the second house, which means wealth, in all facets of life, not only money, right? So what happens if these three things comes together? What sort of synergy does it produce? Now, first of all, so I'm going to cover both a little bit on both the adverse effects and also on the benign side. People who have this, I've seen they have a lot of high blood pressure issues. People who have some mental related stress. They are constantly thinking on what are the things that should be done. Okay, because Saturn and Sun, although they may be seen as having almost the same kind of feature, but the truth is both are different in its view. Okay, because the only difference is the Sun is giving you the power. Saturn is teaching you how to realize the power that you get. Okay, so Saturn is the one that's going to teach you what life is all about, the truth. Okay, not the easy one, the difficult ones. So what happens is a person having this combination, especially in the second house, will get confused about family relationships. Okay, they will feel that having a family is supposed to be easy, right? You have your mom, your dad, your siblings, and all that. Maybe you live with your grandparents, aunt or uncles. It should be easy, right? It should be straightforward. Everybody do their work, and we live in an entity. You give and take, done deal. That sort of mentality will be having this person. But then the truth is that's never the case. A family is such a complex entity, right? A complex unit. So what Saturn and Sun together will do is illuminate that truth, okay, to this person. And the person will have to go through so many complexities in the family life, so many pains. I call it pain, but so many hurdles. At the end of the day, it gives a good result. This creates the maturity within a person, okay? But if one doesn't understand this concept, okay, that life is, especially the problems with family is so bad, is because of the reasons of Saturn and the position of Sun in the second house, then there's going to be big problems because you are ignorant, and then you will see that life is such a terrible thing. Life is so difficult. Why isn't my family understanding me? Why nobody relates to my problems? Why everybody is selfish in my family? That sort of feelings will start to creep in. On the bright side, if there are good dignities, then the person in the house will feel very grateful. Okay, the person will feel that family is like that. We have to give and take, but I am totally grateful to have my family with me. That sense of peace and harmony would be bestowed if it's a good one. If it's a bad one, then as I mentioned earlier, you feel more confused and more troubled in a family life, and that obviously will lead to some nervous related problem, especially blood pressure. I've seen over the years a lot of people tend to eat a lot, right? They tend to get overweight during this period of time also, or at least in the particular dasa of the second house's lord, they tend to go through even worse situations. Now, the other thing that these people expect, of course, you have to understand, I'm saying both the good and the bad ones, right? These people will have good purpose in life, okay? Because the learning process is so hard, is so difficult, that those small little things wouldn't be a problem for them, okay? It's like you're starting algebra before starting to learn basic arithmetics, right? It's like that. You find it very, as you age, as you go on, as you age, especially after 28 and 30, you find that maybe after 35 or slightly above 35, maybe 38, after that you realize that life is effortless, and you'll have this sense of astonishment to see how life is so easy because of all the lessons that you've learned. Okay, so that purpose of life will become very much stronger within you. You will have a good sense of what family is all about, what personal value is all about, what is the true wealth in a person's life is all about is seen. So it makes you more wise, prudent, a person with self-contentment, right? Okay. The other things that I've normally seen is people who are having these positions, they expect a lot of tangible experiences. They want something to manifest then and there, okay? Which is again another feature of Saturn. Saturn will always give you some bad or wrong paths to take, deliberately giving you the wrong paths to take, so that you will, you learn through. Once you pass that wrong path where it's difficult for you to pass through, at the end of the path you are a different person. You are a more stronger person, both mentally, physically, spiritually, and all that. So, but by before that, in their early days especially, these people will always they want something to manifest then and there. Okay? They want things to happen as soon as possible. They are always rush things into it, right? And because of that, they will have to learn the ramifications. And again, that's the reasons of how the Sun and Saturn play their part in your life. Okay, so that's a little bit about the features of Sun and Saturn. The second house, they also give good features when it comes to charity. Also, charity is always good because the strange thing about charity is it never have a bad view about it. Okay, it doesn't matter what your charts, how does it look like. The moment you start to do charity, the moment you start to do good deeds to people without any expectation, things will start to change. Things will start to transform beautifully in your life. So Saturn and Sun naturally give these people a lot of charitable feelings for them. They just feel very sympathetic, empathetic, and all that. Okay, that's something also I've noticed. Okay, friends, I'm going to stop right now. It's slightly more than 10 minutes. So thanks for supporting my channel. If you're new, please subscribe. I'll be covering many more conjunctions. So thank you once again, and namaste.